Welcome to today's video. We're going to be watching some true crime, and a lot of these come from my Discord. Some don't, most do. If you don't know already, you can go to my Discord and go to the React Suggestions channel and add some videos that you might think would be fun to watch together. And we would love to see you in the Discord channel. We have a nice little community of people, I think. There's a few, like 4 or 5 people here. If you're watching on YouTube, that means you missed the Twitch stream, but I stream almost every single day, even if it's not true crime, so I'd love to have you here. I'd like to think I put on a good show. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel you're watching on, because it's good to know that people like this stuff I'm doing. I'm going to have to edit this intro because I'm terrible at my job. That's okay. It's time for the intro. Another video. We're gonna watch a video by Stranger Stories called "Police Discover a House Filled with Killers' Body Parts." Not really sure what that, like, if it's that, like, maybe it's like a collection of body parts by the killer, or if they literally mean the killer's body parts themselves. So we're gonna find out.
Sheriff's office, search warrant, open the door!
What did I just, the fuck, how did I do that?
Search warrant, the sheriff's office, open the door, search warrant!
Oh, damn.
This is a case unlike anything you've seen before.
The head and hands were in a trash bag that were then put inside a Harbor Freight in bucket.
And the head and hands are they with the head or no?
Yes. Yes, all that's together. All the important, like, identifiers are together.
The details are so disturbing, they will make you question how someone could bring themselves to do something like this.
I want to have you hold the bag open to put Matt's head and hands in the bag, and then put the bag in the bucket, and then you can toss it inside the ditch.
On July 31st, 2025, 25-year-old Matthew McLaughlin was reported missing. As deputies began speaking to people close to him, his roommates kept coming up again and again. Something wasn't adding up. And now, on August 17th, 2025, officers are heading straight to his house with a search warrant in a fully armored tactical vehicle.
This is the trailer with cameras right here to your right.
Intense. You got the whole armored car and everything.
Back on gun. Alright, you want to tell them what the fucking house is? Well, no, I know, but they want to sit there and tell them what. Yeah, no, you're good. Just stay out of your gun. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. About 150 meters out. Hey, coming up on target now. Are you ready?
Too many captions, bro.
Guys, got you guys. I'll take it. How far? How far? 100 meters.
This beeping's making my eye twitch, bro.
Let me know when we're like 50. Let us know when we're 50. Let us know 50. Huh? 50. Let's know 50. 50.
Why is the door open? I don't know, but that's why it's beeping.
They've reached the property, and right now, this is the moment where everything could start to make sense, or get a whole lot worse. Because if the people they're looking for are inside, this could turn into something very different very quickly.
Coming up on him now. We're going out left side, left side. direction. Nick, which way we go? Right or left? We're parking.
We're going left. We're going left.
Now stand right. Come on. That's right.
Oh, this really is in the middle of nowhere.
Sheriff's office, search warrant, open the door! Search warrant! The sheriff's office, open the door! Search warrant! Search warrant! Sheriff's office! Throw your hands! Open and empty! Got dead space left!
It's tight.
Dead space right. I'm gonna move left.
Byers and Kevin, clear that left. I'll hold right here.
On me. Moving.
Clear. Secondaries. Check everything. Clear. Watch your fingers. Just let it down so it doesn't hit us in the face when we go out.
Hey, we gotta open the door on the...
Okay.
The first sweep of the house has them empty-handed still. It looks like the suspects knew they were being hunted by the cops.
I mean, this is on me. Why? Okay. Why did these guys get brought up?
Something wasn't adding up. His roommates kept coming up again.
His roommates.
And again.
Okay, that's why. Okay, I was like, I don't understand why they're suspects to begin with.
Just let it down so it doesn't hit us in the face when we go out.
My bad. I somehow missed that.
Hey, we gotta open the door on the...
Has them empty-handed still. It looks like the suspects knew they were being hunted by the cops.
Clear this vehicle.
They don't know he's dismembered, guys. They just know he's missing. I'm pretty sure.
Let's crossfire buyers.
Clear. We don't have curtilage?
No, it's not on.
Sure we're not listening? Did I miss something again?
Okay.
Oh, shit.
It's on a different fucking piece of land. Hey, we need to go back in there and start looking for shit.
You guys want to just handle that?
Yeah.
They check every corner, every room, every possible space, and
Making
still
fun of you?
nothing. Which only makes this worse, because now this is a chase. Cases like this can weigh on you after a while, which is why taking care of your mental health is something a lot of people are starting
bruh.
to. Most of us have a lot going on.
Help sponsorship. Yep, there it is. Here's a website for fake therapists. No. No.
The line is the rough, is the fucking line right here. You guys want to go clear that? I mean, we can fucking clear it, officer.
Let's just go clear it. Go long gun on point. Stand here, V formation.
So they expand the search, because whatever happened here didn't stay inside that house.
Spread out.
Why would they bring a whole armored truck for a missing persons case? I mean, maybe they did get told there was a dismemberment. I don't know. There's a missing military guy. I think the two guys they're looking for are military. You know, military gets pretty mad when their own gets, harmed, so.
Sheriff's office, if anyone's there, make yourself known. Sheriff's office,
I don't remember. I thought they were just responding to this because it was his roommates. I don't know if they had like an actual call for something in particular or what.
See anything in there?
Me neither, man.
Go ahead, go in. You guys watch our 6. On you, on your left.
I need my little cube. I'm
Small
biting
room.
my fingers. I'm getting stressed.
Dog. Clear. Clear.
Another sweep and another dead end. But the officers aren't here to give up that easily. They have a fully armored vehicle.
Yes, sir. They're so brave.
What do you need?
Just med goods, like
Rubber?
yeah.
We got a small injury I'm going to address real quick.
You want to get your
A small injury from what?
Check that camper. Okay.
My big pocket of the brown bag, get my binos out of there. Here. Never mind.
And then, finally, they see something. Through binoculars, officers spot a vehicle in the distance.
Let him know I lost visual of him. I lost visual of him.
Bro, he is like up, camped up and everything.
I heard there was going to be 2 drones. No movement anywhere.
Where are they coming up from? Where are they coming up from?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to hit this road if it connects.
Dustin's right there.
Have them check that. Have them check that utility van.
White truck. There's a van or a white truck on its way up there. Got a vehicle approaching.
After all the silence, they finally find what they were looking for. Or maybe what they should have been worried about all along, because no one could be ready for the confession that is about to hit these officers.
38 knots. Hope Sneeg's face is alright.
Yeah, root canal was easy peasy.
Hooray 10 months
2
total
males in the
pop.
front. 1 driver, 1 passenger. Passenger has a beard. Both wearing sunglasses. 350 meters out.
350 meters out.
I don't even see this yet. I mean, they must be way back there.
Henry, William, John.
For a while, it looked like these two were staying just out of reach. But now the car's in sight. Officers close in, and Rainier Joyner and David
wait, there it
DeBrook
is.
are finally arrested.
I was gonna say, I saw
The
it.
chase part of
It
the
was right there.
story is over. The truth part is just beginning.
He's got a gun on him. He's got a gun. He's got a gun in his waistband.
Is something gonna
Got
go
a gun on
down?
his leg, right leg.
Got a gun on his right leg.
At this point, with this many officers around, there's really no room for bad decisions. Not that it matters. Whatever they planned, whatever they thought they could get away with, that window has already closed. They're separated and placed into different patrol cars, which is a standard procedure.
True.
But in this case, it's also strategic, because so far, their stories have been falling apart already. And now that they're finally caught, it'll be interesting to see how far their lies will go.
Doesn't matter if it's a truck, it's still an uncomfortable ride.
What was that, dude?
I was just fucking driving down these roads. It doesn't matter. Even a truck like your guys, which is outfitted for shit like this, it's still fucking bumpy ass ride.
Yeah, man, these roads are something else.
Yeah.
Hey, brother, so you said it's about 7 miles down?
Yeah, the first one's like 5 miles.
First mile's like 5 miles?
Yeah.
How comfortable do you feel, nah, you know what, you're good, you're good. Just communicate with me through here.
Okay.
Guide me, I'm gonna sit in the front. Just guide us to where we need to go.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Appreciate you, bro. And all I can tell you is, you know, me and my partner are the ones in charge of this. The fact that you're taking us to recover his body, the fact that you came clean and were honest, I'm gonna ensure that that's reflected with the district attorney. Okay?
Understood. Understood.
I can promise you that I'll do that for you.
Understood.
Okay? All right, brother. Let's go. Let's go get this man so that way we can lay him to rest, okay?
Yeah. Probably not the appropriate thing to say, but I'm not gonna lie, you guys have a nice ass setup with your rifles.
We do have one or don't?
Do.
We've had, there's better out there, but I don't complain, that's for sure.
Right now, it sounds like nothing important is happening. Just casual conversation. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Cool guns,
But in about
guys.
2 minutes, he's going to say something that changes everything.
Yeah.
Where are we heading to, brother?
Wow.
Off 64, about 4 or 5-ish miles.
What's the best way to go?
The way that I'm blocking off currently. If you could just leave out that gate.
There's no such thing as a blocked road out here.
Yeah, you're running a truck. Fair enough.
You know that intersection that we were just at?
Yeah, you go straight.
Will that
Yes.
take a left to this road?
Yes.
So I can do that?
Yes.
I love you.
I know you said you're fucking glad I confessed, but I am sorry, man. They're keeping you away from your family and shit.
Oh, you're good, bro. My family knows what I signed up for, man, you know?
Yeah.
So far, he's unbelievably casual, like he's discussing weekend plans instead of a horrific murder. The level of comfort here is almost impressive.
Like I said, for my gas tank and my jet coming up here. Yeah, just follow this straight. Yeah, well, it's not straight. There's nothing straight about this road, but just follow this straight down. I know it's past the majority. I know it's past these houses and shit because, again, I ain't fucking stupid. I know that fucking people might get curious about why there was a random fucking van.
Was off the road.
Yeah.
Did his blood spill in that van at all?
No, I bagged and tagged him tight. Fucking, like I said, work van. I don't want fucking shit in there.
Yeah, was it in a trash bag or what?
Yeah, trash bag. The head and hands were in a trash bag that were then put inside a Harbor Freight fucking bucket.
And the head and hands are they with the head or no?
Yes. Yes, all that's together. All the important like identifiers are together.
Very
Yeah,
casual.
That sounds like a totally normal thing to say, so casually.
So
Nothing unusual here.
casually.
Just the kind of thing that ruins multiple lives in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, get his ass, bro.
Okay, what color is that bucket?
Look at the bucket. I can actually see it from here.
Okay.
Down in the drain.
Okay. Roll his window up a little bit, sir, just so that way just hang out for a second, bro. We'll be right back with you, okay?
Okay.
Hey, brother, so we're gonna hang out here until we get another unit here
Okay.
to make sure like an animal doesn't take that, okay?
Okay.
Right now, preservation of evidence is like my #1 priority, okay?
Okay.
Just to keep you updated, brother.
Okay.
All right, man. All I saw was the head, bro. I don't see the hands in there. I'm not worrying if the hands are in a different bag.
No, they were in the same bag.
Same bag?
Same bag.
Cool, bro. How far out?
Cool,
from
bro.
is the,
Yeah,
is
cool.
the rest of the body, brother?
I'd have to look at GPS.
Cool
but it
stuff.
should only be another like 2, maybe 3 miles up.
It's in the same direction?
Yeah.
Is it another?
Yeah, it's another drainage ditch.
Another drainage?
Yeah.
Okay. And that one's just in a bag?
Yeah. That's like 3 bags, but yeah.
3 bags? Cool, bro.
Yeah.
All right, man. It's just taking a little while, bro, but we'll get moving here soon, okay?
Yeah, I heard that your other two sheriffs are in town still.
Cool. Thank you, brother.
Yep.
Cool, man. Cool, cool, cool. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
watch
be on
this
this side,
body you
Vince.
chopped up. Cool, 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 bro.
If it is
Cool.
down there.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, black, big, like 33-gallon bags.
Drive down that way, turn your takedowns on for him real quick.
Yeah, it's cool stuff. Cool, 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 cool.
How many bags was it?
There should be 3, but I reckon unless animals took them away. Oh yeah, this is the one. There should be 3 other bags here. That's definitely the road. That little access road, yeah. It's on this side. It is down there. There should be more than 1 bag, but if there's not, I might have some animals got to it. But this is definitely the spot.
Okay.
This is, yeah, his should be his arm. What I cut from his arms, legs, and torso.
Arms, legs, torso.
Yeah.
So essentially that'd be the
Whole
just
body,
the
yeah.
rest of the.
Yeah, whole body.
Okay. Alright, man, give me a minute. I'm gonna roll up the window and get some tape down there, too, okay?
Yeah. Hold on.
This is where the case shifts from disturbing to something much worse. You would think as officers recover most of Matthew's remains, the full extent of what was done would start to come into focus. But that's not the truth in this case. The details are so much worse.
All right, brother. So you're gonna jump in with my the sergeant. He's gonna take you back to the office. I'll meet you there. I'm trying to get a hold of your fiance now. Okay. If I can get a hold of your fiance, I'll have him go to the office and just kind of hang out. You'll be able to see and talk to him after me and you talk.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep.
There's a burger in there, bro. We'll get it to you when we get to our office.
Burger.
Cool. Go step on up. And then, oh yeah.
Eventually, he's brought in for interrogation. If you've been enjoying the way these cases are broken down, consider subscribing. It helps more than you'd think. Now, back to the case.
This paper, using those pens, whichever one you want, I want you to write me a personal statement, a statement from you, describing everything involved in this incident from beginning to end to right now, as detailed as you humanly can.
Oh my.
When you're done with that, on this sheet, I want you to draw a timeline, an updated timeline, accurately with what we obviously know happened now, okay?
Okay.
And take your time on it. We're gonna hang out for however long it takes.
What is
you.
That's the camera like rumbling.
Also, man, I want to read you your Miranda rights again real quick. I'm just going to tell you. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say cannot be used against the court of law. That's going to be the best way to do it, bro. So that way we're not here all freaking morning. We're both going to be called to testify to, you know what I mean? So.
Why are we shaking? I don't like it.
Cold, bro.
Dude, I know.
Is the pen moving? Are we frozen?
You okay, brother?
Nope.
Yeah. I was thinking how to word this.
Kitty cat.
Oh, what we should do,
Meow.
because we did it to David too.
Meow.
Cuff his left hand to the chair.
Yeah.
It's just that way we treat you the same as we treat everybody. You know what I mean? Starting from July 25 at roughly 1800, 7 p.m., I, Jordan Rayner, confronted Matt on the rightmost path leading to the house about 600 meters away. When confronting Matt, I asked him to explain why he was spreading rumors about me and bringing drugs, strangers over to the house. He, Matt in parentheses, said that I didn't come up there often enough, so it was basically his place. In a dark state of mind, I shot him with the Springfield Saint AR rifle I was carrying. After shooting him, I dragged his body to a tree 40 meters away on the left side of the road. July 26/27. I went to work. After work, I went to Harbor Freight.
Wait, so was the other guy in the car his fiance? Is that what they were referring to? So, bro.
And bought buckets.
Maybe. It sounds like it was just
Not
him that did
having
this.
what I felt I needed. I went to Tractor Supply. There I got trash bags and a splitter axe from there. I went to the land, going back to the tree to cut off his head and hands. After doing so, I bagged them, then placed them inside one of the buckets. I took that bucket in my work van to a drain ditch 4 to 5 miles up the road, dumping it in there. The next Wednesday night, I went to cut off the legs and arms. I found that wildlife had gotten him, so I cut off his forearm and legs below the knee, bagged them. Then I was able to rip out his upper leg bone from his hip sockets, bagging them with some of his clothes.
Which word was that?
Oh, I believe you're trying to say finally, but it's spelled final. I bagged his torso, throwing it all in a drain ditch 7 to 6 miles up. What took place? Just describe and explain to us the entire situation with Matthew.
Let's see. So,
Jeez, man.
Everything I told you last time we spoke about, like, him spreading rumors and all that wasn't a lie. That was all factual. Really, the only thing that changed from what I told you last time and me confessing was basically just the fact that when I confronted him, I didn't let him walk away. I shot him. So everything was pretty much the same. Like I said, he was spreading rumors, he was bringing drugs, he was bringing strangers. Hey. And I confronted him. I got pissed off and decided, you're not gonna give me the chance. And then what I was looking for, I went to Harbor Freight, ended up deciding the best tool to use would be the splitter axe, and also bought some bags.
Gosh, bro.
33-gallon trash bags.
This is fucking weird.
From there, went back up to the land, back up to that spot, cut off his head and hands, bagged him up, put him in the Harbor Freight bucket, drove back down the mountain, about 4 or 5 miles, found a deep drainage ditch, threw the bucket down there. That next Wednesday, which I think was about the 30th, 31st, Wednesday going into Thursday was my next time off. Next day off, so I went back up there Wednesday night, late Wednesday night, found the animals had already started to expedite the process, cut off his lower legs and forearms with the axe, bagged them up, set them aside, and bagged up his torso. Took it all back down, went to another drainage ditch that was further up, about 6 to 7 miles up the road. From there, you guys interviewed me a few days, sometime after that. It was around, August 14th, 15th, 16th. I don't regret what I did, is what I'm saying.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I mean, he's just so
that
casual.
wasn't the same dude I started with, like I said before.
Then why don't you regret it?
Honestly, I'm not. Truth be told, I've never been exactly had a normal sense of, I guess, a normal sense of humanity. I don't know how else to put that. I've always kind of been the odd one out when it comes to shit like that. I've always been the first one to just say it's like, well, you can always deal with it. There's only one way to deal with a problem permanently. When I was in the Army, when I was going through OSIT, my first one actually had, my first one at the time actually forced me to go to behavioral health and talk to a counselor because I didn't deal with his.
Did you plan to kill Matthew?
No, I actually never planned to kill him. I never planned to actually kill. Planned to kill him. In the sense of, like, it wasn't premeditated. When I went up there, I was giving him one last chance to fix it. He looked me dead in the eye and said, it's like, son, you're like me. You're going to like killing. You're going to find it easy. Shoot, I mean, I guess he's not wrong. But, so.
Have you ever killed anybody else?
No.
This is your first time ever murdering somebody?
Yes.
Jeez,
We do have
bro.
access to 2 other interrogations, his boyfriend and the man who didn't just know about it, but helped him carry it out.
Okay, so that was the guy in the car.
Today is August 19th, 2025. The time is
This poor boyfriend, bro.
9:56 p.m. I'm Deputy Don Navarez with the Taos County Sheriff's Office. This is Deputy Kevin McCarty with the Taos County Sheriff's Office. Currently, we are investigating a missing person that turned into a homicide situation, Matthew McLaughlin. We brought you in the other day. You're kind of familiar with it. Can you state your first and last name for us? Okay, Adam. And your date of birth, please?
05/03/1999.
So, Adam, as of right now, you're not free to leave, okay? How this questioning goes, I don't know. But for right now, because there's some items that were recovered in the room at the residence you were in,
Jeez, bro.
Grab us that search warrant. You're not free to leave right now, okay? So, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say cannot be used against you in a court of law. So, let's do this first, Adam, before we get into...
So it's not a phone. So a few people in one of the videos that we posted recently commented on this, and I didn't know this either. So I'll admittedly, take my licks. That's actually the police's body cams, reminding them that they're telling them that they're recording still. I mean, according to YouTube comments, so grain of salt, I guess. But that does make sense. I don't think the police's phones are blowing up this much. I mean, we hear it all the time. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't know that. So that's really cool of the YouTube comments to sort of clarify that. So when you guys hear that sort of stuff, that is apparently body cams, reminding the police they're actively recording. So why is it so frequent? I mean, 1, there's 2 officers, so it could be both of theirs. 3 or 2, it could be because there's cuts between each thing. Also, the cops should probably also constantly be reminded that they're being watched and held responsible. So
what we found in your room. Let's go back and...
I'd put a little thing in their eye that says recording in the top left of their eyesight if I could.
Mr. Joyner is. Okay. How long have you guys been seeing each other? Does this go back to his time in the military? Were you guys together through that time? What can you tell me about his close friends?
But only when I had a horrible day with
Can you describe that relationship to me?
They're really are like brothers. They hang out, they drink, they talk.
Has the relationship ever caused any issues in your relationship with?
My babe.
Yeah.
And me because of David.
Yes.
The night you guys
With my
got
babe in the
my
middle
babe,
of an interrogation where he's wanted or suspected of murder is kind of wild, but maybe that's just me.
I got mad at him because
Also, somebody's got to go to bed, bro. That was the nighttime symbol or signal.
right up there but into the land.
Their night mode just turned on, bro. Get your Z's, bro.
I was like, I just wanted to be me and you. Because when your brother is always involved in our relationships, so that's
Wait, pause. Backwards.
right up there but because the night you guys got pregnant with my babe, I
Why?
got mad at him because he was spending a lot of time with David and he wanted me to ride up there but into the land. And I told him, well, how come I have to go? I was like, I just wanted to be me and you. Because when your brother is always involved in our relationships, so that's other than that.
Okay. No, like romantic things going on between the two of them?
No.
Okay.
Now, before we go any further, the relationship between Rainier and David is something we really need to understand. Rainier and David had served alongside Matthew in the same unit of the U.S. Army at Fort Benning in West Georgia.
Uh-huh.
So now the question here is, how does a friendship end up here?
True.
From that, so that day, did you see Rainer at all? The day that you're talking about, the day when you arrested him?
I saw him in the morning before he left, and then he came back to the house to use the bathroom, and he brought his brother back with him, and I thought he was there to spend time with me, and that's when we got into an argument. And then he took off again. He said he was going to take his brother back up to the land.
At that time, did he have any firearms on him?
I did not really see because I had all our clothes like all just laid out all over the room and it's kind of blocking the door, so I could only see like the hospital and half top of them when we were fighting.
Okay. How long have you and David been staying at 132 Booster, the house that we were just at? I'm sorry, you and Rainer.
I've been there longer than he has. He has only been there on and off for about 5 months, maybe.
Okay. How often was Matthew around you and Rainer?
I only met Matt about 3 times.
When was the last time that you had met Matt?
The last time I had seen Matt is when we went to Walmart. Me and my babe walked over to Walmart to meet Matthew and David there to get items for them up there at the house.
How? I don't think what I want to ask with that. How did Rainer describe his relationship with Matthew?
He said that they were cool, but I guess there was a point in time when he started talking shit about my baby behind his back.
Finally tuned back into stream hi chat.
To kick him out. But even if it seemed like the same person that he had started with.
During those conversations with you, did he ever mention that he wanted to cause harm to Matthew? No. So when you say kick him out,
Does
did
he
describe
like?
what
Does
was
this
doing
guy
to kick him out?
know what happens?
He keeps calling him my babe. And look, there's nothing wrong with that until you realize the context he's saying it in. Because right now, we're not talking about a love story. We're talking about a homicide investigation. And the contrast is just uncomfortable.
He's gotta like not know, right? Like he said he helped. No. This is the boyfriend, and then this guy that they're gonna get to eventually is the guy who helped him.
What I need to know, at any point, did you and Joyner have discussion, text messages, messages on Facebook, messages on Instagram, anything like that, about hiding a body, disposing of a body, or anything like that? Nothing at all. Did you have any idea that Matthew was dead?
Okay, so he does. They did tell him. Picked him out?
So would you say you and him are really close? Can you describe how close a relationship you guys have or don't have?
After I got kicked out of my sister's, he was the only person who told me to go. Besides my other sister's pistol. We have a really close relationship. But I'll be with him.
Based on everything he's saying, and more importantly, what he's not saying, he slowly starts moving out of the center of suspicion.
Again, the reason you're brought here and questioned again is just because of the items we found in the equipment we get and the full story behind everything.
I understand.
If you think of anything, if you later want to tell us anything, the door stays open, okay? And if you come to us later and tell us something that you're not telling us now, that's okay. You're not going to get in trouble. The only way you'll get in trouble is if we find out something true that you do not tell us. Make sense?
Yes.
Has Joyner tried to call you at all?
No.
If by chance he does and he says anything about this, please let us know. I'm good with letting him know.
Okay. We have a deputy in there that's going to give you a ride home. We'll send all your property with the deputy, so you'll get everything back if it was on your person. Everything that we took in the room, what was her name? Yeah, she has a receipt that we left. It's called a return and inventory form. On there, it has everything that we took from the room. Okay? So if you're curious about what we took, everything's on that form.
But just because he doesn't have the answers doesn't mean the answers don't exist. And that's when the focus shifts to David. Because if anyone knows what really happened here, it's him.
It is 04:37, so 4:37 a.m. We're at the Taos County Sheriff's Office. It is August 18th of 2025.
I'm going to say it in military time, but because military time is confusing for a lot of people, I'm going to clarify the regular time, not in military time, except the regular time is the military time because it's 4 a.m.
This go round, you are not free to leave. I'm going to issue your Miranda rights again.
Double filming.
So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in
He put his little body cam up.
the court of law.
These are both the body
We're
cams.
here in reference to what started off
So
as
now you
missing
kind of, yep.
and is now being rolled a homicide.
I fear that's going to happen a few too many times.
Matthew McLaughlin. I'm Deputy Don Byers. We spoke the other day. This is my partner, Deputy McCurdy. McCarty, we're just trying to get the full story. So again, man, like last time, like I told you last time, now that we are out.
It's just normal time. Why don't they teach you how clocks work over there? because a circular clock is 12 hours. And so when you go from 1 to 12, you just make the symbol different to signify you're in the P instead of the A, instead of just counting up a bunch. Do you say it's 24 o'clock? There's 24 hours in a day. It's not hard math, but you just change the symbol so people can tell the difference. Do you say do you say it's 15 p.m.? You say it's 15 o'clock? If you read that, it wouldn't be confused. But you don't say that. So what's the point in having it be the readable version if you don't say it? It's 23, go to bed. There's no fucking way, dude. Yeah, so when I say I'm streaming at 3 p.m. Central, you guys say Sneeg's going to go live at 15. Except +6. So you say he's going to go live at 21. You just say 21. That's it. Analog clocks are 12 hours. Digital clocks don't always exist. Exactly. There's not like a circular. It's too late. It's too late for this, guys. It's 20. It's 20. I don't want to talk about this right now. It's too late for this. It's 20 right now. Just sounds dumb. Just doesn't sound right. It's 21 actually. No, it's not. It's Central Time, so it's 20. It's about to be 20. It sounds so normal. Mm-mm. That's no. This doesn't make sense to me because like then you're going to get into like nuances like, well, like when you're counting, like how do you differentiate? How do you differentiate what's time and what isn't if they're both involved in a sentence? Like, what is it not just infinitely easier to just have a way to like separate through a different symbol to label correctly what is time? Yeah, meet up at 9 p.m. versus meet up at 2100. Like, what sounds more I mean, I'm going to say what sounds more normal, and everybody's going to agree with whatever they say. You don't say 100? I still feel like saying let's meet at 21 sounds weird too. What if you go to a place that's called 21? You're going to meet at 21 at 21? You realize how ridiculous that sounds? I mean, that's a whataboutism, but whatever. It's more relevant when it's written down, but like, but there's just, okay. Meet at 7-Eleven at 7-Eleven? No, it would be at 1911. Or 7-Eleven if it's in the morning. Or you could just say 7 p.m. and that gets the point across. The comments are going to be awesome for this one, dude. It really is just a difference in culture. It's just funny to me. It's just funny to me. I don't know. Like, it just seems so much more simple to just be like, yeah, it's night. It's technically 1900, but rather than have to say 1900, I can just say 7 p.m. And that is such like a flat, easy thing to say as opposed to 1900. I mean, that's like a 1-2 syllable difference, but like that's such easier math. That's such an easier amount of math. We have to move on. This is gonna be the rest of the night. We're moving on. We're moving on, guys. Like I said, it's already almost 20. We can't keep talking about this because it's going to turn into 21. And then by the time we even think about it, it'll be 23 and it's bedtime. So we got to move on.
We are from the beginning to the end. I need every possible detail that you have in reference to the situation. Do you want me to explain to you the whole movie trailer versus movie thing again?
I get it.
Yeah. So whenever you're ready, brother.
So I would say
You go to bed at 23? I go to your mom's bed at 23.
I was thinking it was pre-plotted beforehand, because I would tell him about Matt still had a drug habit and he was still talking shit. And
Go to your mom's bed at 23, and I've been doing it since 23. At the age of 23. Whoa!
making rumors, everything.
Side note, I wasn't 23 and 23.
Several occasions. Kind of told him, like, hey, no, don't kill him.
Rainier, in his interrogation, has been really careful, but this is the moment where his secrets are about to spill out. Now on my Patreon, watch the interrogation of a father accused of killing his baby. The detective snaps and starts hitting him on camera. See the full video at patreon.com/strangerstories+.
Just, I'll kick him off the property or something. Or, like, give him a strip
What's
off
the lightning strikes? What the hell?
To the point where it eventually came down to the point where he says that
Goofy ass edit, bro.
he was going to go with the plan for Matt to get killed. So when Matthew was over in Colorado, dealing with the VA, getting all that stuff done for himself, went to go grocery store, pick up groceries.
I get
He got
I
dropped
get the
off
cat.
it's cold. He got dropped off at Cassandra and Jason's house.
Kitty cat, come to the body cam. I must see
I
you.
went to go walk with him as we walked up the road. at the cart carrying the groceries of everything. As we got to an intersection, a shot rang out. Matt got shot in his right lung from Joyner's rifle, specifically his AR-15. Matt, not knowing what's happening, he did say, "I got shot," and he starts to freak out. Then Joyner comes from around the corner with my Beretta. He sticks it to his face and shoots him in the jaw, which makes his eyes swell up. And he starts to choke at his blood as he hits the floor.
Jesus, bro.
And then he
Don't
hovers over
spare
him
any
with a
detail,
execution
right?
shot and gets him right on the temple. He's waiting in the bushes for him.
If this was supposed to be a crime of passion, this version of events isn't helping, because what David is describing
That's pretty
doesn't feel
deliberate.
sudden, but it definitely feels calculated. During his interrogation, Rainier said he brought Matthew to New Mexico to help him straighten his life out, which on the surface sounds like a solid move. But then comes the rest of the story. Matthew was allegedly struggling with substances and bringing random people into the house, a house that, according to Rainier, he had opened up for him. So while this sounds like an act of support, it was already starting to come with complications.
So I'm not gonna. So on your timeline, you have rough dates or that sort of stuff.
It's rough dates, but the
Somebody pet the
I would
cat,
say
bro.
July 25th is the execution date.
Okay,
Everything
cool, bro.
else
So
is more
Somebody
just
feed it or whatever it wants
a
at
murmur
4.
of
What
the
do
pre-plot.
what do cats want at 5 a.m., dude? What do cats want at 5? Not a.m. Sorry, that's confusing. 5. What do they want at 4:44? You mean 17? No. It's 0400. It's 4. 444. You can't see that because my fucking stupid ass head's in the way of the body cam time. But it's 4:44. What's my issue with the 24-hour clock? Because it's not American! Ah! Just kidding. I don't really fucking care. I can't lie. But people saying that it's confusing or harder to, or it's not as confusing as a 12 p.m. a.m. thing is that I don't get, because like literally there's a symbol, an acronym directly next to the number telling you what it is. Therefore, removing any room for confusion, much like somebody adding to a 12 hours to signify PM, it's like the same thing, just in a different way. So
that he made.
So my one question for you.
somebody pet the cat.
Explain to me.
Different people have different cultural norms. Guys, I know. Do we think this is like I'm like some fucking idiot American that's like, what the heck? What the fuck? Why?
White man finds out America
I
is not the
know.
only place in the world.
Oh my
Real, not fake. Sneak stare.
I'm not confused about where it happens or why it happens or how it happens. I'm saying logistically, it makes no difference, because addition past 12 p.m. to signify p.m. is no different than just putting am or p.m. at the end of a time frame. in order to signify whether it's evening or morning. It literally, there's no difference, but I'm not questioning that there's different cultures. Fucking duh. Do you think
next thing you guys are going to say is that you don't go to the shooting range every Sunday and shoot your pistols that you bought without a psych eval? Y'all don't got Walmart?
The plan that you're talking about.
A plan to kill Matt that Joyner made.
Okay.
So his idea was initially he was gonna come up the road that we were gonna have.
Put the cat!
Snipe him with his 308.
Oh my god.
From a distance. And then his plan changed when Matt said
Somebody help the cat, bro. I'm gonna fucking lose it.
by the other road.
I can't even pay attention to what's happening
So
or what's.
Joyner's idea was he was gonna take my Beretta so he can have a sidearm. And then he grabbed his AR and then waited in the bushes for us to come up, and he told me to stick to one side of the road.
I mean, this is insanely first-degree murder, but whatever.
So when he sees Matt come up on the side, despite how dark it is, he doesn't need to worry about who it is.
We don't even have Rainier's full version
Yeah,
here.
this
but
is
from what
incredibly
the
first-degree
officers
murder.
revealed, he said that it all came down to something Matthew had said. Something so offensive, apparently, that it justified pulling a trigger.
Do we get to hear what that was?
And so, more specifically on this plan, when it was discussed previously, how was it discussed?
Yeah, is everybody else talking about the cat? And after sitting in on many interrogations, the cat eventually became the lead investigator in that department. Officer Mittens is an amazing detective. Got that guy talking about everything. Had to pause the video at least 3 times before I realized it was not my cat. I'm glad we're not the only people losing their fucking mind over this, because this thing won't fucking stop and nobody's helping it. How do neither of these guys help? Put the cat!
Beforehand.
Oh my god, bro.
Just tried to talk about it.
Just pick him up. Just pick him up, man.
Like that, no matter what.
Was it earlier that day?
Nah, he did show up earlier that day for when that did happen. He had his van parked all the way at the beginning of the road where you saw me and Joyner come up. He had his van parked all the way down there. He had me walk him up. He tried to plan it about what was going to go down, saw that his plan was going to work, into the other one, and then that was the execution he made. He told me preemptively, he said, you're going to help me with this.
That's a big word.
You're going to help me with this. You're not going to tell anyone, or I will kill you.
Big word.
Because then I would be knowing too much.
What this tells you is simple. Rainier Joyner is capable of killing. That part isn't in question anymore. The real question is what exactly was said that made him believe this was the only response.
Yeah.
Let's dive
That's
into
what I
the
want to know,
disrespect. What was so disrespectful that Rainer was angry with?
So Matt would constantly be talking a lot of shit of saying like, oh, he doesn't know how it is out here. We've been out here for 4 months. Hasn't been out here in 7 years. He doesn't show up in here anymore. This isn't his fucking house. We don't have to listen to him. And then he would start talking about how, at least to other people, just making shit up of like, oh, he did this, and this in the army, of saying shit like he was hitting women and shit. Just
referring to who?
Joyner. Matthew referring to Joyner. But I at least know he didn't do that, but he kept trying to push an agenda to other people beforehand, which is why he pissed off Joyner.
Sure, it might have been disrespectful. People say things all of the time, but there's a very wide gap between being offended and deciding someone has to die for it.
Describe to me why. Try and explain to me why Joyner is for lack of a better term, feels so territorial over you.
Because he used me as his brother, like I said beforehand, because we both known each other for a long time in the military.
Oh my gosh, this cat. The cat, bro. So
Of that, we used to have the same shitty leadership.
this poor cat, man.
Over that. He has no other
How is this
siblings
not the
left.
most distracting thing for any of them?
So he claims me as like his younger brother.
I'm gonna fucking lose it, man.
But he's usually very territorial about the people he knows.
It's basically the reason that he reacts the way he does with you.
It's so fucking loud, bro.
Yourself brothers, you guys bond over personal things like your dads both died. You guys have no siblings. And,
He has no siblings.
No, he has no siblings.
Somebody help this fucking thing, man.
He considers you a younger brother. So, explain what made you decide to participate in the murder.
I mean, this is just preposterous, isn't it?
It was out of fear for my own safety because he also dropped me off at my house for Christmas before, so he knows where my family lives. And I know he would be the type of man to do it as well.
Describe that.
Interesting.
I know he's the kind of man, if he's angry enough, he'll just shoot someone just for talking shit.
Well,
So if I became a loose end somehow and
he's not wrong.
found out that I was talking about it, I'm pretty sure I would get an end cap in it as well. Have the same fate as Matt.
Sounds like somebody's taking care of the cat, dude. Something's happening in the background.
He calls him a brother, but in the same breath makes it clear he'd kill him too. That kind of loyalty comes with conditions, apparently, which raises a bigger question. What exactly was David helping him with?
What role did you play in the body?
He had me just
God
hold the
damn,
bag
bro.
open so he could dump both the parts in, so he could make sure my DNA was on it as well.
Okay, so I'm sorry, say that again.
He wanted me to hold the bags so he could dump the body parts in so he could make sure my DNA was on the bags as well.
And how do you know that?
Because it's what he told me. He said, you're going to join me or you're going to get the same thing as he did. So you're going to help me with this body if you like it or not.
We know the two weapons that were used in the murder.
Wow.
What was used in the decapitation of your friend?
The decapitation was the weapon used was a sledgehammer with an axe head on it that he bought in the store specifically for that purpose.
What was it bought from?
I'm guessing Harbor Freight or something like that.
I'm dying.
So, before the execution of that plan, when you walked down to Matthew, why were you walking down to Matthew?
Poor kitty.
To help him with the groceries. He wanted to see the puppy.
Okay.
His groceries usually need at least two people because the way he piled up on top, it usually tips over, so someone needs to hold on to it.
And at that point in time, did you know that your friend was going to be shot?
Yes.
How did you know?
Because when I was walking down,
That was a grimace and a half, bro.
I know Joyner's still behind me with his rifle. I still know the plan was that he had set in motion was still gonna happen. But I didn't know what to think at the moment at the time. Kind of went numb for most of it.
You mentioned that Joyner told you to be loud.
Yes.
Were you loud?
I was loud when I was coming up to the area that he was.
And what were you doing to be loud?
Just talking to Matthew a little extra loud. Just kind of raising my voice or trying to make jokes.
My God, bro. Is this
When-
like, would this cat not be like right next to them? Like, how is this not being addressed? Maybe I'm just being ridiculous. I mean, I guess they're trying to like figure out a double or a homicide, but like, still, man. Maybe we take like 5 seconds to figure out what the cat needs.
Matthew was initially shot. How far away was Joyner?
From the door to,
He's getting louder, bro. It's getting louder.
I'd say like the table in that corner. About that distance of him hiding in the bushes as it was dark outside. Just almost no sunlight.
It's about 12 yards.
About so.
Okay.
Son.
This was a full-blown plan. And just to make sure nothing traced back to him, he even went as far as burning Matthew's belongings.
Okay. Explain that timeline to us.
Not
So
even
for
the
the timeline,
not even the
Matt's official
YouTube channel
date
is
of
acknowledging
death
this cat.
Was July 25th. That's when Joyner shot him. Almost a rough estimate of almost a week passes. And Joyner chops off the hands and the head. And he dumps off everything else.
Gosh, bro. I mean,
2 more
this
days pass. Joyner cuts down the limbs.
this
as
is
the
just
body's more
morbid, dude.
bloated.
Like,
And
I
then
feel like I'm like focusing on the cat to sort of glaze over the fact that this dude is just talking about how casually this dude was just dismembering a body and how numb he was because he feels like he had to go along because he was going to kill him too and all this shit. Like, it's actually so morbid. Yeah, oof. Like, I wish the diet, like, I wish that I wasn't so distracted because, like, honestly, it's a crazy.
then, as of last week, Joyner bags the rest of the torso and tosses it.
Oh,
I don't have anything else that I want to ask you or need to ask you at this point in time, but if my partner does.
I know this is something difficult for you. So, David, I wanna make something crystal clear for you. Okay, so there's no surprises. Like I've been telling you, I really appreciate your cooperation. And there's only gonna be a few more times where you're gonna have to talk about this and read this, okay? It's not over yet. This is just kind of the beginning, okay? It's gonna help you a lot to remain cooperative and to eventually testify against Joyner.
And just like that, the interview comes to an end. But this isn't where his role ends, because he later takes the stand and testifies against Joyner. They were both charged with first-degree murder. Rainier Joyner was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, while David would have to face at least 30 years in prison before he is eligible for parole. And that's where we end this video. If you like today's...
oops. And that's why he testified. Yeah, geez, bro. Sorry for talking about the cat so much, but like, good God, man. Half the comments in this video are talking about the cat because it just didn't stop. It just kept going. I mean, geez, dude. On top of it, it's just like how morbid. How crazy. Jeez.